101's all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is the author of the book Practical Leadership, no other than Miss Pradeepa Narayana Swami.
Thank you, Daniel.
Welcome to Book 101, Miss Pradeepa, and can you please introduce more about yourself?
Thank you, sir. I am really excited to be here and looking forward to our conversation. Um, just a very brief introduction about myself. These days, I call myself a diamond miner. I mine for diamonds. What I mean by that is in my work with people, um, all I am looking for is their brilliance. And where are they shining? Where are they being really, really brilliant? And what are some of those hidden brilliance that I can find or help them find and really bring it to the surface? And my work, I work with people in corporate. I work with business leaders. So to me, the work that I do is helping people not just see their brilliance, but also bring that brilliance out into the world, into their world, so that they're not just shining for themselves, they're also able to shine the light on other people and help other people find their light too. So I love the ripple effect. And, you know, a lot of work that I do is around the area of leadership and leadership development. But my mission is really, really simple here. I wanted to change the landscape of leadership and humanity for the better, working with one human at a time.
Miss Pradeepa Narayana Swami, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. How does your book redefine leadership as a daily practice rather than a title or theoretical concept?
Absolutely. Um, Leadership is not something that comes because you're given a title. It's not a role that you play in an organization. It's not where you are in the organization hierarchy. For me, the way that I see leadership is who am I being in this world? And who am I being every day with everybody that I'm, interacting with? How am I showing up in this world? How am I influencing other people? And what are the values and principles that I'm continuing to adhere to and continuing to expand on, and that shows up on my interactions with other people. So, like you rightfully said.
People, I think Miss Pradeepa is disconnected while we are waiting for her. I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, and my abstract poetry in second season, and of course, my book 101 review in its fifth season too. Comedy 101 in first season, no, second season, people. Comedy 101 in second season, and Food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast, Law 101 and Mental Health 101. Love Letters in its third season, a movie 101 review in its fourth season, as well as music 101 and science 101 and sex 101 in each first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcasts. And one more, people, please do listen to one of my audiobooks. Audiobooks, people, because they are one of the best sellers on Amazon Prime not Amazon. Amazon or on Audible. And Book 101 Review, Volume 1, highly recommended. Book 101, Volume 3, Suggestions. And Book 101 Review, Volume 2, Selected are my first season of my first episode of my, yes, first season and 100 episodes of my Book 101 review. And of course, my climate change book, Earth Fever, Unraveling Climate to uh, honor climate change, unraveling climate and our race to restore balance. And my one of my self-help book, Threads of Existence, Weaving the Tapestry of Life. And life is too short, a journey, a discovery of fulfillment and joy. And stand tall, stand together, breaking the chains of bullying. Please do listen to them because one of the best sellers on Audible. And welcome back, Miss Pradeepa, as we are talking about how does your book redefine leadership as a daily practice rather than a title of theoretical concept.
Yes, absolutely. Leadership is not something that is given to you. Uh, it's not given as a title or a rank in an organization. How I view leadership is, how am I showing up in this world, and how am I able to do some kind of a positive impact and inspire other people to show up in a much better manner. So that's how I define leadership. So, like you rightfully asked, it's not you just read in a book and you become a leader. It's not you go to a class.
There's something with the connection of Miss Pradeepa, but we will wait for her again. While I'm we're waiting for her, I'm so happy and I'm want to share that uh my ranking tops for the last 30 days are quite awesome. And I want to shout out my ranking tops for the last 30 days according to Pad Status because in Mali I got number 9 on the Apple charts, United Arab Emirates 11, El Salvador 13, Uruguay 14, Canada 54, Slovenia 44, Macedonia 54, and many more. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast because this podcast is created to empower writers, authors all over the world. And please do keep listening or watching Book 101 review because there's a lot more and more and more authors, writers all over the world to come to empower you, to give you the best of the best of this world. Miss Pradeepa, what forces make leadership feel overwhelmingly complex today, and why is simplification a non-negotiable skill?
Yeah, everybody look at leadership as, oh my God, if I have to be a leader, I have to have all the different things, all the different skills, all the different behaviors I needed at that time. But then when you think about it in that manner, it actually becomes overwhelming. How can I possess all these things? Some I may have already acquired. There are some things that I may not. But then a lot of people think about it like, oh, that's not for me, and I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be. I've seen a lot of people confuse management and leadership. And in my opinion, being a manager and being a leader are two different things. Managers, of course, they are responsible for, a bunch of managing people, but leader, you don't have to manage people to be a leader. Anybody can be a leader, even in your personal home settings. you know the women of the house is a leader. right? Like in a community or in a school, the principal of the school is a leader. Within the classroom, the teacher is a leader. So it is very, very contextual. And the way that I define leadership is, if you are amongst a group of people, how you are showing up, how you are living your values, how you are inspiring, how you are impacting that group of people to do something better for the world. So that's how I define leadership. And to answer your question, it doesn't have to be super hard. It doesn't have to be super complicated. You know, just like the title of my book says, simplifying the complexity. I like to think about situations and not, uh, you know, think about like, oh my God, like this is super complex. I always like.
Well, Miss Pradeepa, I have something wrong with the connection. And for sure, we will stop this conversation because we will continue next week, probably next week. But anyway, people, thank you so much for watching Book 101 Review. I have a lot of milestones to celebrate because Book 101 Review is number one on PadMatch right now. Number one on PadMatch. Thank you for my listeners and, of course, my guests. 100 guests last month. I think 120 guests last month. Thank you so much for being part on Book 101 Review. And I hope it will continue this after more and more and more years to come. And Miss Pradeepa, I want to apologize for our connection. I don't know what's happening, but
Yeah,
let's
it feels like I've been. It feels like my internet connection looks fine on my end, but I've been
just
continuously thrown out of the conversation.
Riverside.
So,
Yes. I don't know why, but let's continue this. My next question is, what's your one question litmus test for cutting through the noise when making tough calls?
um, what don't I know?
Mm,
What don't I
interesting.
know? Because that allows me to be curious and not assume that I know everything about a specific situation. So ABC is a acronym that I love to teach the people that I work with. ABC stands for always be curious. And that allows me to come from a non judgmental space and be really open and curious about what don't I know about the situation? What else can I learn from this person or the situation? That might help me make my decision.
Interesting indeed, Miss Pradeepa. Very well said. How do you help leaders separate their identity from their decision to reduce defensiveness?
Yeah. And again, I will go back to the aspect of curiosity. Where is the defensiveness coming from, right? People generally defend because.
Want to apologize, people. There's something wrong with the connection of Miss Pradeepa. I don't know what is it, the Wi-Fi or whatever, the factor. But anyway, thank you so much for watching us. And I want to cut this interview and rebook for another time. And people, thank you so much again for our listeners and guests on Book 101 Review. I'm number one on Padmatch for 3 consecutive months. I owed to my listeners as well as my guests. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Again, thank you. Thank you very much. So, Miss Pradipa, let's do one more thing, one more try, okay? But if this not work, let's rebook another episode. Hello, test
Really
my calendar.
curious.
Yes,
Uh, how about we reschedule this, Daniel? Do I need to like open like a join from a desktop app, because this keeps I mean
yes.
like
Are
my
you?
internet seems to be working fine.
Yes. Well, just give me a minute. I will just end. People, we want to apologize for the disconnection and everything. We will rebook this episode and hoping you will continue watching us. Have a good day. More to come, people. See you soon.